Good morning, Uma Community Clinic family. My name is Dijor, and I'm a yoga therapist here in Los Angeles. I'd like to take just a moment to offer acknowledgement and gratitude. I am on the stolen land of the Tongva and Gabrielino First Nations peoples. These lands belong to them and they belong to the land. The land was stolen by the colonizers and enslavers and renamed Los Angeles. I just want to give honor to the ancestors of this land, past, present, and emerging. If it's your first time to class, a first time in a yoga class, I'd like to offer you just a couple of suggestions. So please be mindful of your body as we go through the program together. Don't do anything that you know will cause you pain. If you're in post-op and I ask for a certain movement and you know it's going to hurt or compromise things, please don't do it, or you can do it in a more experiential way, meaning like do like a little baby step, and if that's okay, a bigger step. You don't have to jump right into the full pose. I will be offering variations of the poses, of some of the poses as we go along, and you try out the one that fits you best. Our bodies change basically from hour to hour, the way things feel. So you can maybe one day be able to raise your arm straight up really high, and the next day maybe only halfway. All of it is fine. Do what your body can do. If you need to take a break, please make that happen for yourself. We'll take a few breaks as we go along together. But otherwise, please resource yourself as needed. Good morning, June. Happy New Year. Welcome to class. And I wanted to suggest if you'd like to grab a couple of towels, I'm going to show you how to use the towels for support if you're interested in that. And I also have a yoga blanket here that I'll show you to just pad our butt, our sit bones. Sometimes the floor is hard, the mats are hard. And sometimes these just simple household items can make yoga a little more comfortable, make our knees help to pad our knees if we're on hands and knees and things like that. We want to just make the yoga comfortable. It should not be a pain or drudgery to do a yoga class. We will now move into our grounding process. And grounding is basically a short period of time that we take just to bring our awareness into the mental space that we're about to go into, or the emotional space. We all have a lot of errands and to-dos to cover in, each day that we are moving around in life. So we want to set some of those distractions outside the room and just focus on our yoga time together. We will be using our five senses for this process, and I'm going to start with our sense of smell. So I am going to try to diffuse more in 2024. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but I bought a lot of essential oils and I do diffuse, but then I'll go like 4 days and not do it at all. It does improve my mood sometimes. It does help me relax sometimes. It does help me to perk up sometimes, depending on what oil I use. So this is a blend. They are not paying me, but Revive Oil is very affordable. They ship for free. They're in San Francisco, and all their products are good. They're not like weird chemicals that sometimes these other essential oil companies will throw in there and could be harmful. So this is the Revive brand. Again, I'm not paid to endorse them, but it's just what I choose because it's affordable. This is called the Dreamer Blend. And just a couple of the oils that are in here is sage, lavender, sweet marjoram, and a citrus oil blend. And so I throw that in with some water and turn on the thingy over there, and it changes the energy in the room for me. We move on now. So all that to say, what do you smell in your space? You may smell toast, coffee, flowers, nothing. Cat, I have two cats, but see what you notice as far as your sense of smell goes. And then we'll move on to our sense of sight or vision, and we will look around our space as if it's our first time in there. Just noticing the things that you have put together in your room. And noticing the colors and the textures of the things, the paint, colors, floor, texture, furniture, materials that the furniture is made of, the fabrics, patterns on the fabric, just all the things, and see what you notice. If you notice one specific color kind of pop out at you, maybe make a mental note of that color and see if you can find a couple of other items of that same color. So this morning, yellow, which is normally not a color I pay much attention to. It's not in my color interest, basically, but yellow has grabbed my attention. And so I see two other things that are also yellow. So just having a look around, we move on to our sense of hearing, and we are listening first to the sounds inside the room we're in, or inside, I won't say the room, inside the place you live. So you may have family members in another room that you may hear their voices or giggles from children. Sometimes I forget to turn off the television when I teach. I did today. I didn't have it on yet, but I can sometimes hear the television sound. So just see what you hear in the abode that you occupy right now. And then we'll move our sense of hearing to outdoors, and see what you hear. So we can use these grounding tools in any circumstance we find ourselves in. They are really helpful if you're feeling a little stressed out, to just go through these. You don't have to linger on each one very long, but it helps to reset our nervous system. I use this when I go to the income tax man every year because I always owe money. He's a nice man, but I always get twitchy when I have to go there because I always owe money. So when I'm in his lobby, I do some of these practices until they call me into his office. We move on now to our sense of taste. What do you taste? Toothpaste for me. What do you taste for you? Moving on to our sense of touch. Bring your one hand to the opposite shoulder and just hang on there and massage your shoulder. We'll do something a little different this morning. Massaging the shoulder in a way that feels nice. The top of the shoulder. Just noticing the fabric that is on your shoulder, your top, whatever you're wearing, and how the fabric feels. Soft fabric, rough, smooth, thin, thick. How does it feel? So I'm in a little sweatshirt kind of situation. So the fabric's kind of rough. Let's change sides, massaging the opposite shoulder with the opposite hand and feeling the bone structure. You can feel some of the bones in your upper skeleton. Notice what that feels like. And then I'm going to step back onto my mat now. Sit back onto my mat. So you may, if you're not on a mat yet or on the floor, you may move back. And so what I was saying about the towels, for starters, is, or this blanket, if your butt sit bones get testy, sometimes, it doesn't feel comfortable. And so I put a blanket under it or a towel. It doesn't have to be a blanket. It could be a towel or a thin pillow. And that just pads me enough under there perfectly. You can also fold the blanket in a way that kind of lets those same bones kind of hinge over the very edge of the blanket. And that lifts your spine up. So you can play around with that. Once you find that position on your body of where to place that edge, it's like muscle memory for every other class. It takes a while to notice where that place is or find where that place is. But once you discover where the placement is, because you'll feel a difference in your spine, what happens is your hips come up a little bit and the knees lower a little bit. So once you find that spot, for every other class going forward, you know exactly where to place your towel or blanket. So that's another little tip. Sitting up as tall as you can, pulling your belly button, your shoulders and hips. Please try to make them in a vertical line if possible. The spine is long, the neck is long. So we're sitting up really straight and just tip your chin down to your chest. Let's start with that. And breathing through your nose, allowing the back of the neck to stretch. And then inhale, lift your chin up. We want to support the head by not letting it fall back. So lift it up to a comfortable, chin up to a comfortable position. Continue to breathe. And then exhale, chin down again, and then continue to breathe. And inhale, chin up. Exhale, chin down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, come back to neutral. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Gonna hold here for a couple breaths. You can also sit if you want with your legs extended straight out if that's more comfortable for you. Does make sitting upright a little more challenging, but do the best you can. Bring your right hand over to the left side of your head. Don't pull the head, just let the weight of the arm deepen the stretch on the left side of the neck and the top of the left shoulder. And hold here. Move the breath. We're breathing through our nose for the whole class. And then inhale to center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder, left hand on the right side of your head. And try to lower the right shoulder as low, as far down as you can get it. That also deepens the stretch. We're not pulling on the head. We're just letting the weight of the left arm carry the head a little bit further to the left. And then release your left hand. Inhale to center. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. We're going to go real time now. Inhale, center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale, center. Left ear, left shoulder, and then come back to neutral. I'm going to recross my legs. Bring your right hand out onto the mat. It's straight out in a neutral position from the right shoulder. So you want to lean over so far, but not to lift the left buttock. So you want to get a deep stretch by pushing that right hand way out, but keeping the left buttock on the mat. Left hand on your left hip. We're going to hold here. Traditionally in this pose, we would look up toward the ceiling. I try to make my classes accessible. For a lot of people, looking up like this or having the neck twisted like this is not comfortable. So consider looking straight out or down toward the floor on the right side. You can also move your head, swivel it up and down if you want. Face down toward the mat, out, and then up to the ceiling, or you can pick one stationary position for your to position your head. Bring the left arm all the way up and across, and again, left butt stays glued on the mat. Gonna hold this shape. So basically, the arms are mirroring each other. Left palm down, right palm faces down. And just hold here. Push out a little more to the right. Keep the left butt on the floor, and hold here and breathe. And this is again another traditional pose where we look up at the ceiling, but find a comfortable place for your positioning of your head. And then inhale, both arms up. Sit up really tall, stretch up, and then we'll reverse all of that. First, we'll start with right hand on right hip, move over as far to the left as you can. Keep the right butt glued onto the mat, onto the floor. Position your head comfortably and hold here. Smooth and easy breaths. You might feel a stretching sensation on the right side of your rib cage. Those muscles don't get a lot of attention. They're called the intercostal muscles. They're basically, if you are a ribs eater, that's what the ribs are called on the human body. And I don't know what they call them on animals, but intercostal muscles, those are the muscles that run between each pair of ribs. So these muscles don't get a lot of attention unless we are like purposely raising our arms up like dancers, gymnasts, etc. So these lateral bends or side bends, bring the right arm all the way up and over. Lateral bends, side bends are good to stretch open the side body. The side rib cage. Just hold here and position your head comfortably. And then inhale, both arms up. We're going back to side one. Circle the left arm. Couple of options. I like big sweeping circles because I feel I'm hitting more muscles. Or you can keep your arm more vertical, smaller circle, or you can do a combination of both of them. And sweeping the arm will go both directions. So sweep, big or small. And then let's reverse the direction. So these are really great for the shoulder joints and the muscles around the shoulder cap. The bundle of muscles on the shoulder and in front of the shoulder. Let's inhale to center, sit up really straight, and then left hand down, I'm going to circle the right arm, big or small. Notice how the circling feels to your shoulder. You may notice one shoulder feels tighter than the other. You might feel the same. They might both feel tight. Pay attention to those feelings just as a way of staying focused on what we're doing. Let's reverse the opposite way. Telephone call. No one ever calls me any other time. Keep circling. Let me end this call. Sorry, everyone. So we're circling, circling, circling. And then coming back to center, both arms up. We're going to bring the arms out and down. Fingertips let's wrap the interlace the hands and wrap your hands behind your head. Breathe in here. Let's arch the back. So chest lifts, chin lifts. And then come up to neutral, sit up straight, breathe in here. Exhale, elbows together. We're going to hold here for just a few breaths. Try to lower the shoulders, and the head is still upright. The chin is neutral. The chin is parallel to the floor. We'll hold here for just a couple breaths. We're allowing the muscles around the shoulder blades to get an opening. Then inhale, elbows wide, spine is straight and long. Exhale, elbows together. Inhale, elbows wide. Exhale, elbows together. Inhale, elbows wide. Exhale, elbows together. Last one. Inhale, elbows wide. Exhale, elbows together. Now hold the elbows close here. Let's change. If your legs are crossed, put the other leg in front or on top. So elbows are together. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend forward. We're going to hold here. So let the weight of the arms deepen the stretch on the back of your neck. So holding here. This is a good stretch for the low back. Breathe through your nose. And then inhale, come up, elbows go wide. We'll do a few of these. Exhale, curl, elbows together, and then curl downward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, curl down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, curl down. Last one, inhale, come up. Exhale, curl down, and then inhale, come up, hold here. Exhale, right elbow toward the floor. Inhale to center, left elbow toward the floor. Inhale to center, right elbow down. Inhale, center, left elbow down. Last set, inhale, center, right elbow down. Inhale, center, left elbow down. Come back to center, arms out. Twist to your right. So bringing your left hand to your right knee, sitting up really tall. Turn the torso toward the right. The right hand is either flat behind you, on your fingertips behind you, or you can wrap it around right fingertips toward the left hip. So that's a shoulder cap stretch when you wrap. You can just leave the hand down, place down behind you. Turn your head side to side a few times, sitting up tall, moving your breath. Then inhale, both arms up, sit up really straight. We're going to change and twist to the left. So left hand flat behind you, left hand on your fingertips, or wrapping the left arm, left fingers toward the right hip. Turn your torso. You may move your head or place it in one position. And then inhale up, we're going real time. Exhale, turn. Inhale up. Exhale, turn. We'll do one more set. Inhale up. Sit up tall each time. Exhale, turn. Inhale up. Exhale, turn. And then inhale up and lower the arms. We're going to move on to hands and knees. So here might I suggest, if your knees are sensitive, For me, it just depends on the day, but you can always use, this is my just a regular old bath towel, just to pad my knees. You can just put your knees on the towel or the blanket, or you can put your entire lower leg on the blanket, whatever pattern you have. So we're here in table pose. Hips and knees are in a vertical line. Arms are mostly vertical, but we want to push them out just a little bit so there's not a sharp crease on the wrist. For some of us, that's a sensitive positioning of the wrist and the hand. You can push them forward just a little bit. Drop your belly toward the floor. This is cow. We're going to hold here. So dropping the belly, arching the back. So cat cow, the cow of this is a back bend, but it also stretches the muscles on the front torso. So that's the secondary benefit. So we're holding here, we're on the tops of our feet. Let's tap the tops of our feet over here. That'll bring a little blood, extra blood flow to the feet. And you can still your feet and then exhale, push your back up toward the sky, chin to chest. We're gonna hold here. So breathing through the nose. So this is a great stretch for the spine. This is the cow. Excuse me, this is the cat of the cat cow. And then inhale to cow, exhale to cat. Inhale cow, exhale cat. Inhale cow, exhale cat. Inhale cow, exhale cat. Come back to neutral, to table pose. Left toes on the floor, or you can lift the left leg. Keep the hips parallel to each other. Typically when we lift one of the legs, that same hip wants to rise up a little higher than the other one. So keep the hips parallel. Right fingers on the floor, right thumb up, or you can lift the right arm. This is called cat balance or bird dog. So holding here, look down toward the mat so the back of your neck is smooth and long. And then take a breath here. Exhale, right hand touches left foot. Inhale, left leg out, right arm out. Exhale, right hand touches left foot. Pull your belly button in for a little extra stability. Inhale, leg and arm goes long. Exhale, hand and foot touch. Inhale, leg and arm go long, and then place the right hand, left knee back on the floor. Extending right toes out or lift the right leg, hips stay parallel. Left fingers out with the left thumb up. You can lift the left arm. Hold here. Cat balance. Pull in your belly button. Breathe through your nose. Smooth and easy breath. Breath in here. Exhale, left fingers, right toes. Inhale, arms and legs long, arm and leg long. Exhale, fingers and toes touch. Inhale, we'll do two more. Left arm long, right leg long. Exhale, left hand touches right foot. This is the last one. Arm long, leg long. Inhale, exhale, touch. Inhale, arm and leg long. Bring the left hand, right knee onto the floor. We'll do some hip circles now. So circling your hips in a way that feels good. Whatever that is for your body, it's going to be different for each of us. We'll go one direction and then we'll switch. And you can also bend the elbow and dip the shoulder if you want to bring that in. Try that out. Move your breath. And then let's go the other way. And you can go as fast or as slow as you like. These are hip circles. And then I want us to just rock the hips from side to side. Go over as far as you can. You might also feel a stretch, like I'm going to my right. I feel a little stretch on the inside of my right thigh. Same when I go left, a little stretch I feel on the inside of my left thigh. So try that out, just rocking the hips back and forth. And then coming back to table, extend the right foot out on the ball of the foot. So right ball of the foot down, toes curled under. I'm gonna pulse back. This is a version of a lunge. This is a nice stretch for the calf muscles. So see if you feel anything when you push your heel back, if you feel anything in your right calf. I do. Feels tight. Pushing back. Move your breath. Check on your jaw. Keep the jaw loose, neutral. Relax your facial muscle. I'm gonna hold here, push back toward the right heel. Straighten the right leg as best you can. Push, push, push. And then inhale, bring the right knee down. We're gonna switch. Left leg extends back. Ball of the foot, left ball of the foot. We're gonna pulse. So immediately I feel that my left calf feels tighter than the right. See what you notice for you and your legs, your calves. Yeah. Move the breath as you do this. And then we're gonna hold, pushing the left heel back. And the palms are flat, fingers spread, and use the heel of the hand to push back a little more, help push back a little bit farther back. And then release, come back to table. We'll move to down dog. So separating the knees wide, bringing the big toes together, and then lowering the butt down on the heels. If there's a gap of space behind your thighs and the back of your calves, back of your legs, you can always bring a blanket, a towel to fill that gap. For now, over time, your muscles will stretch a little where you can bring your butt down to your heels. Traditional child's pose, the arms are out straight above your head, palms down. For some of us, that's a little too much for our neck. You may cactus your arms. So this is cactus arms. You may cactus your arms in child's pose to take some pressure off your shoulders. You can bring your hands down by your ankles. Plant your forehead on your mat. You can also stack your hands to bring the floor up to your forehead a little bit. You can stack your fists to bring the floor up more towards your forehead. So this is one of the resting poses of yoga, one of the 4 resting poses. Child's pose, down dog, yes, down dog, and mountain pose and corpse pose are the 4 resting poses of yoga. Walk your hands out to your right. So here's a side stretch in child's pose. This is for the left side. Hold here, take some breaths. And then let's walk hands over to the left. Get a stretch on the right side of the rib cage. And then coming back to center and then back to table. We're going to do a pigeon pose. So we're going to be at table pose or in table pose. Slide the right knee toward the right wrist, right hand. Let the right leg cross over the mat. So diagonal on your mat. Slide the left leg back. We stay on top of the left leg, on top of the left foot. Sometimes our heels, what's called sickling, they want to flop out. So we want to work on that to keep on top of the muscles of whatever leg is straight. So in this case, the left leg. And you can stay here. This is pigeon. Or you may also come down on forearms. This is also pigeon. And some people can come all the way down on palms stacked, forehead down. So you pick what works for you. I'll be here up high in my pigeon. You can also do this pigeon on your back. So again, where the front of the left leg is making contact with the floor or the mat, top of the left foot. So the left heel is not falling out to the left. If you're up on your straightened arm, lift your chest a bit. So this is actually a hip opener. So for the right hip, it's getting an opening. If we're propped up high, it's a little bit of a back bend. Hold here, take some breaths. And then make your way back to table, slide the right knee back down onto the mat. Bring the left knee up toward the left hand. Cross the left leg diagonally. And the cross of the left leg is very subjective. I've had some of my yoga peers, they can put their lower leg parallel with the short edge of their mat. All of our hip sockets are not the same. So you do what you can do. Mine is on a diagonal, and that's good enough for me. And the slide back on the top of the right leg. And again, you can stay propped up high, back arch, chest lifted, arms straightened. Or you can come down forearms. Or you can come all the way down, stack your hands, forehead on your stacked hands. So pick your preference and just hold there. Take some deep breaths through your nose. Then untangle the left leg. Come back, left knee to the mat. Let's do some more hip circles here. Just a couple each direction. And we're going to move into down dog. So I'm going to move my towel out of my way. Coming back, table pose. Curl the toes under. Before we do that, I always throw this in there. Let's stretch the feet a little. So you can bring your hands back by your knees, but near your heels. If you want to bring the hands up off the mat and sit on your heels, this is called, well, they called it hero's pose, but it's all about girl power. So we're calling it Shiro's pose. It is a little painful in the beginning, I will agree. So you may definitely support your upper body by bringing the hands back down on the floor. Your choice. You can also take all the weight of your upper body off of your heels and bring the upper body straight up. And so just the toes are getting a flex here. So find the one you like. And over time, I tell this story. My first yoga teacher, who I went to for 9 years, she would have us do this pose when I was new. I hated this pose. It would make me see red, but she was not offering accessibility. She was like, get down on that pose, do the traditional version, which is this Shiro's pose. And I would gnash my teeth and be cursing at her in my mind. And then one day, it didn't bother me anymore. And so it takes time for the body. And this is really a good stretch for our feet. Come back to down dog, to table, table. Let's tap the feet again. Here is the reward, cherry on the cake. And then we'll now move into down dog. Curl the toes under, inhale, butt up. Reposition your feet so you're comfortable. They don't have to be side by side. I like mine apart so that my thighs can be at peace with one another. Hold here. So the butt is lifted. Palms are flat, fingers are wide. Hold here. The down dog is also what's called an inversion in yoga. So our brain is getting a nice flush of oxygenated blood. The heart is not working as hard as normal because it's working with gravity instead of against gravity. So you might feel a little euphoria or a little, I don't know, little buzz when we come up out of this. Anyway, lift the left leg up as high as you can. That was an inhale. And then exhale, left toes touch right heel. We'll do 3 more like that. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left toes to right heel. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, touch heel. Bring the left foot on the mat. Let's go immediately to the right. Inhale, right leg up as high as you want. Exhale, right toes touch left heel. 3 more like that. Breathe in. Exhale, touch. 2 more. Breathe in. Exhale, touch. Last one. Breathe in. Exhale, touch. Right foot down. Bend your knees and walk back towards your feet. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Forward fold. So you can straighten your knees as best you can. Leave them bent. It's all good. You're letting the upper body hang long. If you like to support yourself, you can put your forearms on top of your thighs. You can bring your hands down toward the floor. This is also an inversion. I'm going to sway a little here. You're swaying the arms side to side. Move your breath. And then inhale, come to stillness. Then inhale, sweep the arms out, up, palms touch, and then exhale, hands down in front of your heart. Hold here. You can also bring your arms down. This is mountain pose, where the arms are long beside the thighs, palms facing forward or palms facing your thighs, the outsides of your thighs, your choice. So this is mountain. This is one of the, so this will be our third resting pose we've done, third of the 4, and we'll do corpse pose at the end. So separating your feet wide, turn your right toes to the right, turn the left heel out just a bit. And separating the feet as wide as you can. Arms are straight, horizontal arms. Reach the right fingers to the right, the left butt to the left buttock to the left. Right hand touches the shin, left arm comes all the way straight up. So this is a triangle pose. So it's a stretch for the left side body, the back of the left leg, back of the right leg, and inside of the right leg. So the left arm is straight up. Traditionally, we look up at the left hand, but place your head anywhere that's comfortable. Sometimes looking down toward the right foot is very comfortable. If you have access to bring your right hand all the way down onto the floor, go for that. I'm hanging onto my right ankle. You can put your hand on your right shin. Whatever works for you. Hold here. Breathe through your nose. And then bring the left hand to touch the right ankle. This is reverse triangle. Right arm up to the right, or out to the right and then up for the right arm. This is reverse triangle. Hold here and breathe. So we're in a spinal twist now in this shape. Breathe. Right arm is straight. And then right hand down, left arm up. Inhale, bring the torso up and back to the setup for triangle. We're going to reposition the feet. So right toes out, in and parallel. Left toes to the left. Bring the right heel out just a little bit. Arms are straight and strong in a T shape. Right butt back. Left fingers out toward the left. Bring your left hand wherever it is comfortable. So you can bring it to the floor, on the shin, to the ankle, whatever you like. Right arm is straight up. You may look up at the right hand, out or down at the left foot. Breathe through your nose. Smooth and easy breath. So you might feel now a stretch on the inside of the left leg, back of the left leg, back of the left leg and the back of the right leg. See what you notice. Then we'll Straight out the hands. Right hand touches left foot or the floor in front of the left foot. Left arm twist up, out and up. So this is revolved triangle. And exhale, left hand down. Inhale, move, right arm up. Then come back up. I'm going to reposition feet. Arms stay parallel. Here we're going to go warrior two. You can turn the left heel out a little bit, right foot out to the right. Bend the right knee. Right knee and right ankle are parallel to each other. And we'll hold here. So traditionally we look back. Do we look forward? I don't remember because I don't teach traditional that much. But look back towards your left middle finger for now. I think that's the way this used to go. And so because this is an interesting turn of the head here, I say you can look straight out or you can look at the right middle finger, which for me is more comfortable. Right knee is over right ankle. Hold here. We're going to reverse our warrior. Left hand to left thigh. Inhale, right arm straight up, or you can lean back a little more. Bend the right arm a bit. And hold here. So this stretch is the front half of your right side rib cage. Breathe deep. Then we'll go to extended side angle, right forearm, right top of the thigh. Inhale, left arm all the way up and across. And then let's do that in real time. Inhale, go back to reverse warrior. It's also called exalted warrior or humble warrior. Exhale, come back to extended side angle. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, lower your arms. Let's shake out the legs just for a bit before we switch sides. Shake out your arms too. And then backwards, feet, feet wide. Left toes to the left, right heel out a little bit. Arms in a strong T shape. Bend the left knee over left ankle, hold here. This is warrior two. You may look back toward the the right middle finger or forward to the left middle finger, or you can look straight out. You get to pick what works for you. Hold here, breathe. Breathe in here. Exhale, reverse your warrior, exalted warrior, humble warrior. The left knee stays bent. We're going to hold here for a couple more breaths. Breathe in. We'll go extended side angle. Left forearm to left thigh. Right arm comes across near the right ear. Hold here, breathe. Try to reach the right fingers as far away as you can. We'll go real time, one set. Inhale through warrior two. Exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale through warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. And then inhale, warrior two. You can exhale the arms down. Bring your feet together, shake out arms and legs. So stand in mountain pose. And again, your feet can be together, which I don't like for me because my thighs are fighting each other. So I separate my feet just a little to make me comfortable. And plus, I feel like I have more stability there. Sweep the arms up. Right hand grabs left wrist. Sorry, everyone. Let's start over. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Right hand grabs left wrist. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Change the wrist. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Change the wrist. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center, last one. Change the wrist, exhale to the left. And then come back to center, inhale, exhale the arms down. Shift your weight over to your left leg. Turn your right knee out. Bring your right sole of the foot to your inside left leg, down by the calf, up above the left knee, by the inside of the left thigh. You can also leave your toes on the floor with the right knee turned out. Right sole of the foot touches the left inside ankle. There's another version of tree pose. So find your tree. Some arm suggestions: upside down V, arms straight out, palms up or down. A V shape, palms facing each other. Prayer hands above your head. Traditional prayer hands at your heart. Prayer hands behind you, fingertips down. So this stretches the shoulder cap. Prayer hands behind you, fingertips up. You can also hang on to wrists or elbows. So you get to pick. When you bring your arms back behind you, that's a nice stretch for the shoulder caps and across the high part of your chest. So you get to pick your feet, legs, and arms, hands. And we'll be here for a couple of breaths. So this is a balancing pose. You pull your belly button in a bit for more stability and to turn on the abs. God, this hour went by so fast. Anyway, and then release the arms down, kick out the right leg, shift the weight over to the right leg, and set up your tree for the left side. So you can always turn the left knee out, turn whatever knee out. And then you can pick the position of your feet, your foot, and your hands and arms, up to you. And you can change it around if you want to. So over time, when we practice yoga balancing poses, we become more stable. And all that wobbling around is a good thing because it builds muscle. So if you feel like awkward because you're flailing around like me right now, it's all right. There's a benefit that's happening. We're building muscle. And eventually you'll be able to stand in perfect stillness in whatever balance pose that you pick. Also, it is said that the balance poses help us to remain balanced when we're out in the world. And then bring the left foot down, shake out legs and arms. And then we did this a little bit before. Let's do some more twists. This is nice for the spine. Push your breath, move your breath as we do these. And then come back to stillness, hands in front of your heart. Sweep the arms out, inhale, arms up. Exhale into a swan dive down. We're gonna hold here. So you can use your shins for support, or you can bring the hands all the way down to the floor. Whatever you can reach, you can hang on to your ankles. This is a standing forward bend. Hold here. Straighten your legs as best you can. And then inhale, stand all the way up. Arms up overhead. Exhale, forward bend. Come back down. Inhale, arms up and over. Exhale, forward bend. Hold here. Here I want you to come up halfway. So flat back, inhale. You can bring your hands to your shins, or you may bring fingertips to the mat. Your back is flat. And then exhale down, and then inhale up to flat back. We'll do two more. So here's number 2. Exhale down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale down, and then reverse the swan dive. I want you to please come into chair pose. So the knees stay bent, butt comes down as low as you can get it. These are hard at first. Bend the knees, arms are either straight out in front. This is traditional hands for chair. As we talked about the shoulders, you can make it work for you. Bend the elbows, corpse pose. Breathe through your nose. Corpse pose, chair pose, sorry. chair pose. And then exhale, forward bend, straighten your knees. And then inhale, come back into your version of chair. Breathe through your nose. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward bend, straighten your knees. Last chair. Inhale back to chair shape. Hold here. Bend the knees as much as you can. Lower your tush as much as you can. Then inhale, stand up, release the arms. Let's twist again. Move your breath. And then coming back to mountain pose, bring your right ankle. You may need a wall, and that's okay. A wall is a prop in yoga. Props are our power tools. They help us get to what we're trying to do. Right ankle, left knee. Bend the left knee. Hands in front of your heart. This is another balance. If you fall out, no, don't fret, just get back in it. Pull your belly button in. You can also rearrange your arms any way you want. Try to bend the left knee a little bit more. And then come up to standing, right foot on the mat. Let's shake out. Notice how that left leg feels. It was doing all the heavy work for that. We'll move over to shifting weight to the right leg, left ankle, right knee, prayer hands or any other hands you want to use. Bend the right knee, pull in the belly button. And when you're ready, stand up on the right leg, right foot down, shake out arms and legs. We're gonna come onto our back. Feet on the mat, knees up. We're gonna windshield wiper our knees to the side, both knees at the same time in the same direction. This is a nice release for the low back. The next time you go to your right, let both legs just fall to the right. Take some breaths. The arms are out wherever you want them, but palms up, wherever you have your, unless you place your hands on your belly, which can be palms down. And then inhale, switch the knees over to the left and hold. And then inhale, knees up, extend your legs out. We're gonna go into corpse pose. This is the fourth resting pose that I mentioned. You have some options. So traditional corpse is just laying straight out, feet fall apart, they fall open, arms are away from your body, palms up. That's traditional corpse. Your low back is tight, separate your feet wide, drop your knees together. You may also exhale, bring knees to your chest, turn onto your either side, doesn't matter, and stack the legs, one on top of the other, legs bent. And the bottom arm is your pillow. Or you may sit up for corpse pose, so you get to pick. And just allow yourself to settle. Notice your breath. Noticing the contact points of you and the floor, the mat, where your hands are placed. Notice if you're holding any tightness anywhere. If you notice any tightness, try to release it if you can. Gently turn your head from side to side. If you're on your back, allow your yoga mat to massage the back of your head. You can wiggle your toes and fingers. On an exhale, bring your knees to your chest and turn onto one side, and then find your way up to seated. Thank you so much for starting your New Year off with me. I'm Cherie. You didn't get to meet June. June is one of my regulars here. June, this is Cherie.